Welcome back, everyone, and thank you to Justin for absolutely nothing, Justin. We got more lightning, more rain, more delays tonight. This is almost a joke that it was so beautiful to begin the night, and then we get rain delays and whatnot. Well, anyway, I'm Don Brennan. You're watching Friday Football Fever here on SNN, brought to you by Ingman Marine, and you need a boat to get around in some of these fields after the rainstorms come by. The past 2 weeks been a little rocky, and Hurricane Irma didn't help, and tonight didn't help. So there's disruptive programs, decisions to be made because games have to be played, but I was pretty excited to get back at it. So let's start with our game of the week, which after a delay, Lemon Bay, Cardinal Mooney started. The Manta Rays swimming north to Cardinal Mooney tonight for our game of the week. First score of the game, Lemon Bay quarterback Hayden Wolf hands it off to Thomas Cheney. Cheney will run it in for 6 points. Almost fooled us on the handoff, but we stuck with it, 7-0 Manta Rays. Now let's see the wheels on Bryce Williams. He makes a good run there and then gets pushed all the way out of bounds, slipping out of bounds on that. Oh, see, remember I told you it was pouring rain, torrential. Lemon Bay's D did some stuff a few times, but not this time. Coming up, Williams on the carry. He's making everyone miss. Watch this, running for Cardinal Mooney and the touchdown. Look at him bobbing and weaving, dipping and dapping. He goes in for the score. Looking like the running backs of yore from Cardinal Mooney. It was tied at 7. Mooney's D also showing some toughness, sacking Wolf here. Right there, he couldn't find anybody. That's a coverage sack too, so congrats to the DBs on that one. Cougars leading 22-7 right now in the fourth quarter, and SNN's Ben Bobick is at Cardinal Mooney in the middle of all this action. Ben?
Thanks, Don. Boy, was it a wet one right here in Sarasota, but you know what? We played some football, and finally, and I know we chatted a lot before the game about Bryce Williams and Hayden Wolf, but you know who the star of the night was? Logan Liddick. This kid's got to be about 5'5", 5'6". He plays offense. He's the running back. He plays defense. I mean, this kid is even on special teams in punt coverage. It was unbelievable. This kid was all over the field tonight. He had a great game. Obviously, Bryce Williams did his thing as well. He had a magnificent run in the first half, one way, the other. It's probably a 36-yard run, but more like a 65-yard run, if you will. The Cougars had a great game. So did Lemon Bay. And you'd be surprised at how many times they went to the air here. Hayden Wolf had a lot of good throws despite the wet conditions, but we were just happy there was football just tonight on the Suncoast, whether that be at 7, 9, whenever. We're just happy we played some football. Back to you, Don.
All right, thanks a lot, Ben. Moving on, we'll go to a game that only had a lightning delay and a short one. It was Venice hosting Dunbar. It was a hastily scheduled game by Pete Dombrowski making his magic from the AD position. The Indians got on board quick. Zach Fryer going to run it in for the first score of the night. Look at, they tried to stop him, but he was determined to get in there, and it was a touchdown despite the Tigers' best efforts. Dunbar could not get on the board, but here's quarterback Zachary George is in trouble. And look, he's in trouble, so he looks for who? Somebody, anybody, look at, he's avoiding everybody. He hits an offensive lineman. The highlight of an offensive lineman's career, you see the flag, but that was not on the lineman or anybody. The play stood, and that is the highlight of Derek Hunter's career, I'm sure. Yeah, you don't usually get called out unless it's a penalty. Venice back at it. Bryce Carpenter thrown to Javion Haley. Another touchdown for Javion. Looking good. The penalty was not against Venice, so the touchdown stood, and they jumped to celebrate. Carpenter and Javion Haley always connecting for 4 years now. And Venice's linebacker, Danique Mayfield, going to get an interception there, and he is on his way. Runs back like 80 yards all the way down to the 2. He does not score. Everybody thought he did. Everybody's getting in the way, so you can't show you on video. So anyway, we're going to put it away for Venice with Courtney Doss. Put it away, another Venice touchdown. And they went on to win big, 48-7. And we are nowhere close to finishing now. Port Charlotte, Booker, Manatee, Northport. The list keeps going. We got more highlights, so stay with us for all the scores and the highlights. All right, Friday Football Fever is back. In Port Charlotte, the Pirates headed up to Tornado Alley, and what they found was a tsunami. It started out nice. They were going to play the Legion of Doom and the Booker Tornadoes, maybe eat some food, have some good times in the sun. Started out nice, but then after a big storm, you see the crescent moon, and then the big huddle, because the coaches and everybody had to figure out what to do. An hour and a half, 2 hours, more than 2 hours with the lightning and rain delay. They're like, should we play it? Can we play it on this field? I mean, Booker had to get Port Charlotte had to get the game in because they've already lost one. They might lose another one at the end of the year because they're playing a team from Miami who's had trouble obviously playing because of the hurricane there. Booker has a game against Hardee on Monday, so the logistics were being worked out and trying, and I think they did start the game about 9:30, 9:45, and last we heard it was 7-0, Port Charlotte up in the first quarter. You see Duke Atkins discussing with Dr. Rachel Shelley, the principal of Booker, but 7-0 right now. As far as we know, Port Charlotte, they might have moved the Hardee game from Monday for Booker. We'll let you know. Northport hosting its second game in 4 days. They played the DeSoto County Bulldogs. Bobcats won the coin toss, not the toin toss, and they deferred the ball in the first half, and the score was knotted at 0. Third quarter, Bobcats starting their scoring drive. The handoff goes to C.K. Poulos for the nice sweep play. You know, he is their go-to guy. Then Nicholas Castor going to hand the ball off to Brian Taylor, who gained some tough yardage up the middle. I just want to say, quarterback for Northport, Devin, got hurt before the game, so I hope you're all right. We're thinking about you up here at SNN. Castor then a quick pass to Poulos. This is the drive of the game right here. They got going, Castor, then keeping himself. QB keeper goes around the end, bootlegs it, and then hits DJ Bradford as everybody's closing on him. Bradford with some nice moves, gets a first down. Tough yardage of Brian Taylor. And that's set up. Taylor driving in there, barreling his way into the end zone. The Bobcats would kick the extra point, go up 7-0. They get a field goal later, and they win it 10-0, the Bobcats did. Maybe the game of the nation tonight is Miami powerhouse, the Central Rockets, come to IMG to play their blue team. Miami Central Rockets, Tewan Martin, pass it to Zarius Bethune before tackled by IMG's Greg Newsom. IMG's Artur Sidikowski. He's going to pass. It gets deflected up in the air, and who intercepts it but Robert Hicks of Central. We're going to go deep. Nice little run back. Knocks his helmet off. And third down for Central. The Rockets, Willie Davis, going to take the handoff and run down the center, right down for the touchdown. They made the extra point. They got a safety. It was 9-3 last we heard. Central was winning. IMG didn't have a lot happening. So we'll be back with more after this. Coming up. All right, welcome back, everybody. I just want to update the score for you. IMG now losing 15-10 to Miami Central. Central won 4 state championships out of the last 5 years, so they're somebody to be reckoned with for sure. And Charlotte, we were going to have those highlights for you against Fort Myers, but because of the rain delay, we don't. But Fort Myers winning 48-10 or 40-10 late in that one as they're still going on. A lot of games still going on, as you see. But Manatee, all the games played in Tampa got played. Manatee traveling to Lutz to play the Steinbrenner Warriors. You see, we go to the first drive of the game for the Canes, and Keon Fordham going to hit Javarius Pollock, who jukes his way inside the 5-yard line. Look at that. Oh, nice move. So he sets up nice, and I think his brother Pollock I covered years ago. Then Fordham going to cap the drive with a short plunge of his own on the keeper. So it was 7-0 Canes. Go to the second quarter again. Canes, Josh Booker going off the left side. In for the score. 14-0. Now 21-7 when we come back. Fordham strikes again with his feet, breaking tackle after tackle on his way to the end zone. Look, he's looking to pass, but then he says, I got to run it. Oh, nice hit, and he stays up, spins around, a little spin cycle there, and goes in for the touchdown. 28-7 Canes at that point, and they went on to win very big, the Canes did. Big win for them. First one for their new coach. The Mustangs of Lakewood Ranch hosting Springstead of Spring Hill. Randy Morgan from Springstead early on, going to take the handoff. And off he goes. 80 yards, rushing touchdown. Goes for the 7-0. That was like the first drive of the game. It was all Morgan all the time. For a while, Lakewood Ranch couldn't get out of gear after the delay, but then all of a sudden they are leading right now, 21-16. Lakewood Ranch with a huge comeback. They were down 14-0, and they're back 21-16. Go Mustangs, go! And the Knolls. Last night, Southeast Seminoles playing the Bayshore Bruins in Bruin country at Bayshore. The Knolls Well, they were up 14-0 after one quarter. Early in the second, Bay Shore's Miguel Rodriguez going to punt. And who's going to get it? But Clyde Townsend at the 50. And boy, he's off to the races. Look at him go. He's got some speed. Thankfully, Emrod saves it. He knocks him out at the 2, and that saved the touchdown, and then he scores because Southeast didn't score on that drive. Southeast ended up going on to win big in that game, so good for them. Their first full game of the year, and they get a win. So it's been, again, a crazy night. Hopefully next week, you must know, Thursday night is when everybody's playing. Football Friday night Friday Football Fever will be Thursday Football Fever. You see Mr. PB there going for a nice run to set up a touchdown as they won. There's the rest of the highlights, 34-12. But Thursday night is when everybody's playing because of the Jewish holiday. So everybody will playing, and here's the scores from around the Suncoast for teams that weren't playing locally. And as always, thank you for joining us. Friday Football Fever wishes to thank Ingman Marine and Joey D's Chicago-style eatery for feeding the crew as they always do. But Ingman Marine, really, Jordan Ingman had his hands full tonight with all that rain in Booker. And next week, all the games are Thursday night, so check out the highlights on SNNTV.com from this show. And thanks to everyone who worked on the show, Pablo Benucci especially. Have a great weekend, everybody, and we'll see you Thursday night next week.